Warning, incoming game over. Warning, incoming game over.
Wait! Wait! Don't adjust your sets! Don't adjust your televisions! Don't adjust your laptops! Well, I have to. Yes! Yes, y'all. It is Avry Lewis McDougall here at the controls for Game Over Calgary. Yes, Flame fans, I'm going to take you through the Flames' 3-0 win over the defending Stanley Cup champions tonight on a cold Saturday night in Alberta. I mean, hopefully those down in Calgary, hopefully you're a little bit warmer than I am, because in Edmonton, whoo-wee! In Edmonton, it's not kind right now. It is not kind at all in Edmonton. But if you're Dustin Wolf, what a game. Second shutout of the month. Solid night for him in net for the Flames. And Calgary got production from guys like Nazem Kadri, like Michael Backlund. Blake Coleman stepped up big tonight. And also, too, Matt Coronato. Matt Coronato, what a game for him as well, getting a helper and just being active around the puck. Great play by him tonight. So Flame fans, you should be rejoicing. You should be happy bouncing back after that 8-3 loss to Tampa Bay. You find a way to get some redemption here in this split with the Florida NHL teams after getting just pumped by Tampa. A nice win against a Florida team that really had a hard time trying to crack through anything on Calgary defensively. Had a hard time trying anything going on special teams. And remember, Florida is a very good team when it comes to scoring shorthanded. This is a team that has scored 7 times shorthanded in the NHL. 7 times shorthanded. And I see we got some people here in the chat already. So we'll get to, of course, the comments, the questions, the complaints later on Game Over Calgary. Our boy Conrad. Conrad's here from Game Over Calgary. Usually Conrad is here hosting Game Over Calgary with our usual crew. But you know what? People are away. Things change. So, I saw in the chat for our Discord chat, hey, we need somebody to help out and host Game Over Calgary. You know what I said? You know what? Why not? I got time tonight. Because lucky for me, the Oilers played a matinee game today against the Vegas Golden Knights, making me available to come in tonight to chop it up with you fine Flames fans after that win. But before we move on, we got to give a shout out to our friends at Hyperdrive Hockey, the flagship show of the Game Over Network. Hyperdrive Hockey, they cover all things hockey across various leagues and multiple countries. Whatever it is and wherever it is, Max, Daphne, and Kev, they got you covered for all of your hockey news with a steady dose of fun and fan engagement. You can find Hyperdrive Hockey on the Game Over Network YouTube channel or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And also head to the Hyperdrive Hockey page at thegameovernetwork.com. Yes, Tuesday and Friday, Hyperdrive Hockey. They got you covered. It's a fun show. Tap in. Tap into that. But like I was saying off the top here, Dustin Wolf showing once again that yes, undersized goaltenders have a place in the NHL. I will always defend the small goalie. I will always defend the goaltender that's not 6'4", 230, takes up the entire net. I still feel there's a place for the goaltender that can get the post to post no matter what size you are. If you keep the puck out of the net, I feel you have a place in pro hockey. And how long have we seen Dustin Wolf do that at various levels? Not just the NHL. We've seen him do it before. He did it before in the AHL with the Wranglers. He had done it before. And you look at Flame fans from all corners of Alberta have been wondering when was he going to finally get the reins and role as Calgary's #1 guy. Of course, we've seen over the past few years the Calgary net has been split between Dan Vladar, Dustin Wolf, other names who've come into the Flames net over the past, I would say, 3 to 4 years. But almost every time this Flames team has given the reins to Wolf, he stood up and made great moments. He's played well. I know last year was a bit of an up and down run. I know he won 7-7 last year, sub 900 save percentage. But this year, he's coming in now. What, he's at 8-5-1, a save percentage of over 900. So Dustin Wolf this year in 24-25 has had a really good run. The number one save percentage among goaltenders in home starts this year. So, and he's only 23 years old. He's still young. You forget, he's only 23 years old. So there is still a lot of room for him to grow in the Calgary system under the tutelage of the coaching staff for Ryan Huska. So I want to see what more Dustin Wolf can do on this roster the more starts he gets in Calgary. Because I firmly believe, I'm sure a lot of people believe that too, that Dustin Wolf is going to be, for a very long time, Calgary's number one starter. I really believe that he's going to be this franchise's number one goalie for a long time to come. And not just be the starter, but be an elite guy for the Flames. Yes, he's young, but I believe Wolf has the potential to be in that ilk in Calgary's goaltending history of the guys like the Kiprusoffs, like the Mike Vernons. He's got that potential to be that. And yeah, you're looking at hockey DB, you look at his size and his stats. He's a 6-foot goaltender, if that, because in hockey, you lie. Goaltending height, at times, well, scratch that. Height, period, in hockey is a lie. How many guys are truly their real deal given height? Except for, say, guys in the league like Vinny Desharnais. He truly is 6'7". That man's a giant. Or Zdeno Chara. He really is 6'9". There are some guys where the height is, they're real deal, that giant, they're that tall. But certain guys who are on the smaller edge of things, like, I don't think Dustin Wolf is 6 foot tall. Or 6 feet tall. I'm sure there's those who've met Dustin Wolf before and can corroborate the proper height of Dustin Wolf. But I hear 6 feet, that's probably more like 5'10" or 5'11". So, but either way, it's under the height of what a modern day goalie is in terms of what teams like to roll with, how you're supposed to look, what you're supposed to be like. But yeah, no, I firmly am here for him. Being that guy who can bring back the smaller, agile goaltender to the hockey landscape. I'm a big fan of that. I want to see what he can do. And his second shutout, even better. And again, Florida came in with their big guns. Florida came in firing with their top line guys. This wasn't a night in which Florida was heavily banged up. They were coming in guns a-blazing, and Wolf was up to the task, making 32 saves. It wasn't a quiet night for him at all, for the Flames. And you see, the Panthers came at him. The Panthers, you see the shot totals tonight. Florida, 8 shots in the first. Shots were 14-9 in the second. Calgary at the edge in the third, but still, 10 shots from Florida. Florida was finding ways to get chances in tight on Dustin Wolf. They had a lot of great high danger chances, but again, Wolf turned it away. And give him his full credit. Because again, Florida came in with their top guys, turning away Tkachuk, Verhaeghe, Reinhart, Bennett. This wasn't a Florida team that had guys resting or had guys banged up. This was got a bunch of hiccups now. This was a Florida team coming in with their big guns, trying to get 2 points on the board before they continue on to face Edmonton on Monday night. So, well done. Solid game for Dustin Wolf. I see why Flame fans love him, and I agree. I agree with Kevin Biedsa tonight on Hockey Night in Canada. I know the Saddle Dome sound system played the Dustin Wolf cheer, but Flame fans, I want y'all, start bringing in inflatable wolf dolls to the Saddle Dome. Start bringing in wolf masks to the dome. Start bringing in actual wolves to the arena. Can you do that? I don't know, but try anyway. Give it a shot. He needs it. Oh man, that's what I know. I'm going too far. But you know what? Hey, and maybe a husky will qualify as a wolf to get them in the building. You never know. Tell security, close their eyes. Ignore this dog coming in to the stadium to support Dustin Wolf. Ignore it. Oh, that was ridiculous. But you know what isn't ridiculous? You know what isn't? Well, I will let you know in a second here. Our friends at LaRouche. They're not ridiculous. They're a good part of helping us out. Game Over Network is an independent production focused on community, inclusion, and quality people. If you're interested in supporting the Game Over Network, we have crowdfunding options available. In the description of this episode, you'll find a link to our Patreon page, and we're also working on a page through LaRouche, a crowdfunding platform for companies originating out of Quebec. For LaRouche, we're aiming to raise $15,000, and if we hit that goal, we'll gain access to government grants that will allow us to employ more people, and I know you want us to do that here on Game Over. So, if you have any ideas for what you'd like to see as giveaways from these crowdfunding efforts, let us know in the comments, on Twitter, Instagram, or in our Discord server. Alright, y'all. Second period time. Bam! There we go. Second period time here on Game Over Calgary. It's your boy, Avry Lewis McDougall here, filling in the host chair. And like always, please, if you like Game Over Calgary, like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies what's going on. And don't just subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to Game Over Vancouver, Edmonton, Ottawa, Montreal, Winnipeg, all the network, all across the country, and subscribe to the Game Over Network main channel, HQ. Subscribe to that channel, and make sure you tap in to Game On and Hyperdrive Hockey. We're just working hard to make sure you have some fun, independent content here, talking hockey all week long. Yes, so, second period time, and I gotta get into Nazem Kadri. Nazem Kadri is someone who I've been a big fan of for a very long time, going back to his days in junior, going back to days in Toronto, and once again, Nazem Kadri gets things going here. Nazem Kadri is someone who, Flame fans, you're a great bunch. You should enjoy every minute you have with Nazem Kadri on that roster, doing his best to keep this Flames team alive. I know it's been a tough go at things the past couple of years, and yeah, this team is in a logjam in the Pacific Division, trying to gain ground in a division in which you're playing up against teams like Vancouver, Edmonton, Vegas. But man, Nazem Kadri is fun to watch, always has been. He got the scoring started. A wrister that beat Spencer Knight, his 11th goal of the season. And that is the kind of guy who has given his all to his Flames team since coming over from Colorado. That's a guy in which you see the rumors about him and trade talks. What's going to happen? Is he going to go back to Toronto? And I truly do wonder, what does Flames management do with Nazem Kadri? Do they see him in their long-term plans as a franchise? Because are they rebuilding? Are they trying to be a playoff team? They're kind of in, from my point of view, that mushy middle in the Pacific Division and in the Western Conference, in which their trajectory seems a little bit odd. And to me, it has been odd ever since they lost Edmonton in 2022. Because when you've got Kadri, when you've got Jonathan Huberdeau, this should be a team that can find themselves back into contending in the West. And they've had a hard time doing that. Not saying they can't eventually, but over the past couple of years here, they've had a hard time just figuring out what their identity is as a team in the Western Conference. And if I'm wrong in saying that, please correct me in that, because I find it a little bit odd in terms of what they are, because you got some good pieces there. And again, Kadri, Huberdeau, Blake Coleman, Matt Coronado. Matt Coronado is someone who I firmly believe should never see another day again of AHL hockey. Every time he's relied upon, he delivers, either with a smart play by the net, a quick pass, a great play. He is such a smart player whenever the puck comes nearby him. I truly hope Matt Coronado is an NHL player for the next 15 years. I love his game. Always have. He is a fun player to watch. So he is really, really good. And yes, I know we're going to wait until overtime, but I do want to give a shout out to Conrad put in the chat here. I'll bring the overtime rule for this one comment here from Conrad. Game Over Calgary alumni Audie James brought his child Luca James Howlett to the game tonight. Yeah, breaking kayfabe with that name, but yes, Audie's child went to the game tonight, and of course, big congrats again, Audie, new dad, wonderful stuff. So Audie's child gets to see life as a Calgary Flames fan and saw a win tonight. Saw a phenomenal game from Dustin Wolf. Saw a Nazem Kadri goal. So, that's a great way to start life. That's a wonderful way to start your life, only knowing victories. But yes, but soon, Audie, your child will know what hockey is really like one day. Until then, only enjoys happiness and wins. Only enjoys happiness and wins, but I had to give that shout out right there. I had to give a shout out to our Game Over family, past and present. People like Audie and Peter Klein are always going to be welcome here on Game Over, because hey, they were a part of the founders that helped build this up back in the early days. They're always going to be a part of Game Over. Once you're here, you're family. Sorry, Olive Garden. But yeah, getting back to just the Flames identity, it's a team in which, with the pieces like Coronado, like Mackenzie Weegar, like Kadri, Jonathan Huberdeau, Mr. Flame, Michael Backlund, it has been a really weird run in terms of what they want to do and where they want to go. Because I know when you got this much money involved in big name guys, when you've got guys who can deliver, you don't want to be stuck as a team that is going in and playing for the 9th or 10th draft lottery spot. You don't want to be in that spot for very long. So I don't know what Calgary's going to do in the next few years here. I mean, maybe this victory is what they needed to get things back on track. Because that division, the Pacific Division, has always been so volatile. You can't trust what happens in that division. You really can't. It's a tough division to really analyze and focus on, but either way, one thing for sure is that the Calgary Flames are not a boring hockey club. Win or lose, it's an interesting situation for the Flames. That is one thing I gotta say. That is an interesting situation. And if you're the Florida Panthers though, that road trip, you did not expect that kind of letdown against the Flames. You did not expect that kind of a letdown in which you couldn't get a single goal on, considering you had just hammered Vancouver a couple of days beforehand. You had taken it to Vancouver. You beat Vancouver 4-0. A strong game, a very solid game against Canucks, and you just can't get anything past Dustin Wolf. That's a demoralizing loss. And now you got to go to Edmonton for the first time since Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final. So if you're Paul Maurice and company, you don't have much time to really figure it out. You got to get into the game planning and rebound pretty quickly, because you're back at things again in Alberta's capital in 48 hours? So got to see how things go with that game for Florida, because man, if you're Paul Maurice and company, that's a frustrating loss when you throw everything at Calgary. When you throw the kitchen sink, you throw the bathtub, you throw the bidet, you throw War and Peace at everybody. and nothing gets by the goaltending, and nothing gets by the defense. Also, a solid game on the back end, too, for the Flames. That was a strong game on the back end for Calgary. Great response after just getting demolished by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Great response for Calgary. Flame fans, go to sleep happy tonight. Go to sleep with a smile on your face, because you guys deserve it. You guys truly deserve that victory tonight. But yeah, that was a fun game all around. And again, get your comments in, get your complaints in, get your questions in, because we got more for you here on Game Over Calgary. And I think this is the third show of the year in which I'm filling in on a different channel. Sorry, second show of the year. I took over hosting duties on Game Over Vancouver when we had the crossover show with myself and Kaya. Now doing Game Over Calgary. And hey, you never know. Maybe before the year is done, you'll see me doing a show for Game Over Ottawa, or Game Over Winnipeg, or Game Over Toronto or Montreal. You never know. I'm a loyal soldier here. I will definitely help out any channel network that might need a pinch hitter coming in for a show across the network. So, but hey, Team USA, maybe you want to reconsider your goaltending choice for the Four Nations? Add Dustin Wolf? No, I'm joking. I'm playing. I'm joking around, but I know Calgary fans, y'all would love that. Y'all would love to see Dustin Wolf at a Four Nations face-off. Or 2026 Olympic Games. Who knows? Maybe it could happen. Maybe it could happen. A 23-year-old goaltender playing for Team USA in 2026 in Italy? That could be a possibility. I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead serious on that one. You never know. A young up-and-coming goaltender. If I'm USA Hockey, I'm keeping my eye on Wolf. Believe that, I truly am. Some of y'all might think I'm out to lunch on that, but why not? I'm not saying Dustin Wolf needs to start in Italy, but he should at least get an invite to Team USA camp for 2026. At least a training camp invite, people. At least that much. So, that's my take on that. That is my take. But remember, when the week starts, when Monday gets going again, there's more than Game Over to watch, because there's Game On. Game On's got you covered after the games. But when you want to get ready for the week, when you want to get some hockey content in the morning, Game On Hockey is there. A short-form daily news podcast hosted by Graham Mosman, Monday through Friday on our YouTube channel and Game Over Network, and also available in podcast form wherever you get your podcasts. Game On goes through all the big news in hockey, in the Canadian markets. Graham is on top of it in a nice and concise show for you to watch at home, at school, at work, quick and easy. Make sure you go to the GameOverNetwork.com or head to the YouTube channel to tap in to Game On Hockey. Monday through Friday. Graham be killing it. Graham does a great job with that show. All right. Third period. Wrapping things up here on Game Over Calgary. Getting ready to wind things down because, hey, it's late in Alberta. It's late in Edmonton. It's 11:30 p.m. We're not going to go on for too much longer because, hey, we got to get some rest. And so do you. I'm sure you got a busy Sunday. People are out here getting ready for NFL Sundays. Getting ready for school. Christmas shopping. People are Christmas shopping out here in these streets after this game is done. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it is going to be fun. But either way, what would be fun again? You know what I want to see now? I would love to see Calgary going forward, coming out of the break, coming out of the Christmas break. I want to see how much Calgary can jump in the standings. Let's look at their schedule. The Flames schedule, I mean, heck, everybody's schedule is a grind. No team in this league has an easy schedule, but I want to see if Calgary can leapfrog a few teams going forward. I want to see what they can do after the break, because I think Calgary can make this division very, very interesting coming out of the Christmas break. I think it will be fun to see Calgary not just getting into possibly a wildcard spot contention, but I think Calgary finding a way to get themselves back into a spot for one of the 3 spots in the Pacific Division. I would like to see that. That would be very intriguing in my mind. As a Flames schedule going forward here, after the win, they got Boston coming up. They got Boston, Ottawa, Chicago. And then you got San Jose, Vegas, Vancouver to end the year. So, not an easy run, but there are some games in which you should be able to win if you're the Flames. There are some games in which you should be able to get at least a point. Ottawa, that should be a game in which Calgary gets a point. Ottawa, Chicago, that should be 2 points right there. Those 2 games should be games in which you're not leaving there without, you're not leaving the Saddle Dome without getting at least 1 point out of the Senators and the Blackhawks. And San Jose as well too. The Sharks too. Even though, yes, the Sharks aren't the doormats right now, and yes, they're improved. Because, hey, Macklin Celebrini is a wonder kid. But San Jose is a game in which you should be able to get a couple of points out of the Sharks. But yeah, there are some tougher challenges here when you got, yes, Boston, yes, Vegas, yes, Vancouver, but these are games in which you can get points. You're not looking to drop too much. You're not going to look too out of place giving any of these teams fights. So I want to see what's going to happen there, because I'm very intrigued. I am very intrigued by the Calgary San Jose game. That is a game I might watch on my own, because I think the Sharks are a very fascinating team. You can tell the Sharks aren't quite there yet. San Jose isn't quite there yet in terms of actually being a playoff team or actually being a 90-point team. But I see a Sharks team that has good bones about it right now. San Jose is 5-5 in their last 10, and they're finding ways to score. San Jose isn't a slouch when it comes to scoring. They've scored more than the Sharks have scored more than the Flames. The Sharks have more goals for than Calgary, believe it or not. The Flames are the only team in the Pacific Division that has yet to score 90 goals this season. Calgary has 84. San Jose is 90. San Jose is 91. Flames 84. The Ducks. The Ducks are last when it comes to goals for. My bad. The Ducks only have 71 goals. Whoo! Wow. The Ducks only have 71 goals. So you know what? At least you're not that hard up for goals, Flames fans. Yes, the Sharks have scored more than you, but the Flames are not in 71 goals for territory. That is painful. That hurts. And there's a lot of things gone wrong in Anaheim. Zegras is out. Greg Cronin probably is going to get fired soon. So Flame fans, you're in the mushy middle right now, but you're not Anaheim. Enjoy that fact. Take some solace in that. You're not struggling like the Anaheim Ducks right now. That's a good thing. That truly is a good thing if you're a Shark, if you're a Calgary Flames fan. You know what else is a good thing? Do you know what else is a good thing? No? You don't? Well, let me tell you, because hey, this winter, you gotta help yourself out. You gotta treat yourself. You gotta treat your mom, treat your dad, treat your cousins, treat your aunties, treat your enemies, too. Game Over merchandise. Yes, we got gear in all 7 Canadian teams. Look at that stuff. Look at that gear. I know you want to go out and get yourself some Game Over merch for the holidays. Makes a great gift. What better way to support your love for Game Over Network and support your favorite teams than rocking it as clothing? Game Over apparel has dropped with unique designs. Whether you feel the pull of our retro skater design, want to make a statement with our established design, or want to wear your love for goalies proud with our live and die by the goalie design, or if you just need a coffee or a tea, to get you through the winter, we got you covered. Designed by Brady Chalice from Game Over Winnipeg, our boy Brady. Use the QR code on the screen. Oops, sorry, don't the QR code up. Whoops, my bad. But you can go to GameOverNetwork.com to take a look at our apparel store and help us rebuild local sports media in Canada while repping your community. So yeah, go to Game Over Network. Go to the GameOverNetwork.com. You can look at our apparel store because I forgot to put the QR code on screen. It happens, but there you go. That's where you want to go. And also, using the code for Christmas, using the code GO Holidays, we're offering 15% off on all winter products, hoodies, and the beanie. This will be active until Christmas Day with a different sale dropping on Boxing Day. So yeah, so that sale until December 25th, Boxing Day, a fresh sale coming. So yes, get yourself some gear. Get yourself some Game Over gear. A Game Over Calgary hat. It would look nice, wouldn't it? You know it would. Anyways, overtime, y'all. We're here. Final segment. So, your comments, your concerns, your questions, your admiration, holleration in this dancery. Let's go. Let's go. All right. We had a few comments from different people and Conrad. Takai number 1. How can we beat good teams and lose to really bad teams? Some NHL teams, that's a funny thing. Some teams just don't have consistency against really good teams. And yeah, Calgary. This Calgary team comes out here, shuts out the defending Stanley Cup champions, but we've seen before this year, this Calgary team has lost to teams that are also like themselves in that mushy middle, or worse. They lost to the Blues 4-3 in overtime. And in the same vein, this team has gone out and they've beaten the Minnesota Wild, but yet they've lost to the Red Wings. They've lost to the Pittsburgh Penguins, a team that's struggling hard. The Penguins blew them out 6-2, but yet you can go in and find ways to beat the good teams. You can go out and beat the Los Angeles Kings. So it is really weird. We look at this team in October and November, and yeah, you can go out and there you go. This is a team that can find a way to, again, lose to the bad teams. This year, this team has gone out and it is weird. It's a really weird thing. You go out, you can find a way to beat Vancouver, but yet you're struggling against these teams. And again, even though, yes, you did beat Pittsburgh earlier this year, it was in a shootout. That shouldn't happen. That should not happen. It's a weird one. Really is. And other comments here. Conrad on Dustin Wolf. He'll be better than UC Saros in the Short King Goalie Club. Woo! That's a bold prediction. I like UC Saros. I love what he's done for Nashville over the few years here. But you know what? Bold, but I respect it. If Dustin Wolf, if we're talking about in 6, 7, 8 years, Dustin Wolf was better than UC Saros, or is better than UC Saros, that is, again, great development by Calgary. That's great development by this franchise. And he should be a guy who I said at the top, who should go down. If he is that kind of guy, he should go down as being a remembered goaltender in the vein of the Kiprusoffs and Mike Vernons. If we're sitting here in a few years and saying, yeah, Dustin Wolf was better than UC Saros, because that probably means that Dustin Wolf in a couple of years is, like I mentioned earlier, contending to play for Team USA, possibly a guy who is winning a Vezina Trophy, or at least a finalist for the Vezina Trophy here, which should be a possibility during his tenure in a Flames jersey. So that'll be interesting to see. I want to see what he can do again. Short goalie supremacy. Because, again, he's in the land of giants, as a 6-foot goaltender. I saw Connor. You mentioned how when he was in Everett, he was listed at 5'10". Exactly. Hockey height is a lie. Hockey height is a lie. It is. If you are listed at 6'2" and under, I'm skeptical of you. I really am. I truly am. Another question here from Conrad. What are my thoughts on Connor Zary as an outsider? Good centerman. Getting his minutes. He's got 16 points in 31 games. And that's a guy in which I know he spent some time last year playing for the Wranglers. That's a guy who, again, another guy who I think the Flames need to find a way to hang on to. Another young centerman who is clearly highly touted, highly valued by the organization. But his value, though, is going to go up. His value is going to go up as the years go on. I think he can be a long-term center option for Craig Conroy going forward, though. But I do wonder if Conroy is eventually tempted to sell high on Connor Zary if he can get back a higher piece at a deadline. Like, I wonder, is Craig Conroy the kind of guy that isn't going to be bold enough to trade Connor Zary? Is he going to want to keep him? Like, that's my big thing, is where his value is still going up in Calgary. But personally, I would say keep him. I like his game, but I wonder if Conroy deals him one day. That's my concern if I was a Flames fan. So that's a big thing. Being someone who's covered the Oilers, we just saw a lot of young talent leave. We just saw Dylan Holloway and Ryan McLeod leave Edmonton or get traded. So when I see young talent deliver, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, will they keep him? That's how my mind has worked from seeing how the Oilers offseason went. But no, I would keep him for sure if I'm Craig Conroy for the long term. I believe you have to, Conrad. So, all right. Picks for Circle K Classic. I wish I had some. I did wish I had some, Conrad. That's a staple tournament in Calgary hockey. One day I'm gonna have to come down to Calgary, come check out the Circle K Classic. That's the one thing you guys do in Calgary very well, is minor hockey, and those kinds of tournaments are a big deal in Calgary. So you guys deserve your props for that. But if I had picks, I would declare them right now on this show, Conrad. Oh my gosh. Anyways, y'all. Thank you all for tapping in to Game Over Calgary with your boy Avry here in the host chair, doing my best to guide you through Calgary's 3-0 win over the Florida Panthers. Like always, support Game Over Network, support all the shows, like, subscribe, comment, tell your people you had fun tapping in. It's a Saturday night. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to spend your time with me, and I appreciate that. Until next time, I'm out of here, and you'll most likely see me back hosting Game Over Edmonton. Back up north I go. Anyways, talk to y'all later. Peace!